bright and early that morning. I was young then, feeling awful, and out, mother hanging out of the window in her nightdress, weeping and waving. Nice, fresh morning, bright too early, as so often. Feeling really awful, very violent. The sky would soon darken and rain fall and go on falling all day till evening. The blue and sun again a second. Then night. Feeling all this, how violent and the kind of day, I stopped and turned. So back with bowed head on the lookout for a snail, slug, or worm. Great love in my heart, too, for all things still and rooted. Bushes, boulders, and the like, too numerous to mention, even the flowers of the field. Not for the world, when in my right senses, would I ever even touch one, to pluck it. Whereas a bird now, or a butterfly, fluttering about and getting in my way, all moving things getting in my path, a slug now getting under my feet. No mercy. Not that I'd go out of my way to get at them. No, at a distance often they seemed still. Then a moment later they were upon me. Birds with my piercing sight I have seen flying so high, so far, that they seemed at rest. Then the next minute they were all about me. Crows have done this. Ducks are perhaps the worst. To be suddenly stamping or stumbling in the midst of ducks, or hens, any class of poultry, few things are worse. Nor will I go out of my way to avoid such things, when avoidable. No, I simply will not go out of my way, though I have never in my life been on my way anywhere, but simply on my way. And in this way I have gone through great thickets, bleeding, and deep into bogs, water too, even the sea in some moods, and been carried out of my course, or driven back, so as not to drown. And that is perhaps how I shall die at last, if they don't catch me. I mean drowned, or in fire. Yes, perhaps that is how I shall do it at last, walking furious headlong into fire and dying burnt to bits. Then I raised my eyes and saw my mother, still in the window waving me back or on, I don't know, or just waving in sad, helpless love, and I heard faintly her cries. The window frame was green, pale, the house wall grey, and my mother white, and so thin I could see past her, a piercing sight I had then, into the dark of the room. And on all that full and not long risen sun, and all small because of the distance, very pretty really, and the whole thing, I remember it, the old grey, and then the thin green surround, and the thin white against the dark. If only she could have been still and let me look at it all! No. For once I wanted to stand and look at something. I couldn't with her there waving and fluttering and swaying in and out of the window as if she were doing exercises, and for all I know she may have been, not bothering about me at all. No tenacity of purpose. That was another thing I didn't like in her. One week it would be exercises, and the next prayers and Bible reading, and the next gardening, and the next playing the piano and singing, and that was awful. And then just lying about and resting, always changing. Not that it mattered to me. I was always out. But let me get on with this day I have hit upon to begin with. Any other day would have done as well. Yes, on with it, and out of my way, and on to another. Enough of my mother for the moment. Well, then, for a time being, all well. No trouble, no birds at me, nothing across my path, except at a great distance, a white horse, followed by a boy, or it might have been a small man or woman. This is the only completely white horse I remember. What I believe the Germans call a schimmel. Oh, I was very quick as a boy and picked up a lot of hard knowledge. Schimmel. Nice word, that, for an English speaker. The sun was full upon it, as shortly before on my mother, and it seemed to have a red band or stripe running down its side. I thought perhaps a belly band. Perhaps the horse was going somewhere to be harnessed to a trap or such like. It crossed my path a long way off, then vanished. Behind greenery, I suppose. All I noticed was the sudden appearance of the horse, then disappearance. It was bright white with the sun on it. I had never seen such a horse, though often heard of them, and never saw another. White, I must say, has always affected me strongly. All white things, sheets, walls, and so on. Even flowers. And then just white. The thought of white. Without more. But let me get on with this day and get it over. All well then for a time. Just the violence, and then this white horse. When suddenly I flew into a most savage rage, really blinding. Now why this sudden rage I don't really know. These sudden rages, they made my life a misery. Many other things too did this. My sore throat, for example. I have never known what it is to be without a sore throat.